Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Michael Cole, your NWS Revolution Impact Backstage interview, and today, Michael Cole, am going to give you my Revolution Impact Go Home show reveal. It's been a long time since Michael Cole, have revealed a Revolution Impact, and since it's Thanksgiving, I figured I'd reveal tonight's show. Okay, let's begin with the reveal, shall we? The commentators for tonight's show were Josh Matthews, Don Callis, and Matt Stryker. NWS commentators Josh Matthews and Don Callis welcome the fans to the Emily Arena in Tampa Bay, Florida, and run down the match card. Matthews says we will feature the Crew versus OVE for the NWS Tag Team Championships. Then we will see Jack Harvey versus JBL at a scaffold match. Callis gets on the mic and says we will also see Michael Scars Minor defend his NWS Scars Championship against Sami Callihan. Matthews gets back at the mic and says we will then feature the Sons of Chaos, NWS Universal Champion Scooter St. William, Sir Robin, and Cody Brainerd versus the Shinobi Mafia Warriors, Cody Mercer, Psycho versus Shane McMahon in a 6-man last man standing match. The main event will be Ian Cleveland versus Jason the Situation in a TOC match for the NWS Intercontinental Championship. Callis gets back on the mic and says Mitchell Mayette will be forced to wear a turkey suit as punishment for failing the drug test and will participate in a turkey dance contest against General Joey, and it will be hosted by General Manager Mr. Jesse Acevedo. Matthews gets back on the mic and wishes everyone a happy Thanksgiving and says turkey will be served with mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing, and corn for dinner, and pumpkin pie and apple pie will be served for dessert. Josh Matthews then tells the fans to enjoy the shows he and Don Callis go to commentary with Matt Stryker and plug the first match. Okay. And the first match was the NWS Tag Team Championship. The Crew defeated OVE. This was the first match as Crew and OVE had a great tag team match with Crew taking down OVE and giving them an aided whiplash and a slingshot catapult clothesline combination added brainbuster as OVE gave Crew a double clothesline and diving headbutt low blow and suplex diving attack combination, and they plant the finisher on the Crew as they went to pin him, but the Crew kicked out. And they fight OVE off as they beat them down, hit an assisted senton and rocket launcher. An elevated splash as NWS World Heavyweight Champion Dallas gives Jacob Davis a body smash, and Jesse James Westbrook hits a suplex and an enziguri on them, and a whack attack and a lariat as JJR gave OVE a pop-up powerbomb and dropped them with a package pile driver. Dallas then locks the Crisps in the colossal clutch and plants the Sister Abigail. The Crew then delivered the Sweet Chin Music pile driver on OVE to retain their tag team titles. Winners and still NWS Tag Team Champions, the Crew, via pinfall with Sweet Chin Music pile driver combo as this match lasted 13 minutes. Michael Cole, gotta say, this is a good match. I think Josh Matthews, Dom Cousins, and Matt Stryker did a phenomenal job calling this match on commentary. And then backstage, Danny Tanner, played by Bob Saget on Full House and Fuller House, interviews Team Robert Knight, they Scooter St. William, and Sir Robert Knight, and Cody Brainerd, and asked them what they plan on doing to the Mercers and Shane McMahon. Scooter says defeating them and beating the hell out of them. Sir Robert Knight says he will embarrass the Shinobi Mafia Warriors and make their peasant lives a living hell. Cody says he will make the Shinobi Mafia Warriors their bitches. Danny Tanner then asks Sir Robert Knight where he plans on taking Scooter out to lunch at. Robert Knight says he will take his best close friend and brother for life up to lunch at season 52, and for dinner him and Scooter, along with the Sons of Chaos and IRS Commissioner Mr. Corey Braxton, will be eating up pizza to dinner at Tampa Bay Pizza Company. Mr. Corey Braxton Esquire shows up and wishes Scott Kisigill and Sir Robert Knight and Cody Brainerd a happy Thanksgiving and hugs him, and saying he cannot wait to eat turkey and mashed potatoes and have pumpkin pie for dessert, and he loves that Thanksgiving is a family-friendly holiday. Gotta say, Mr. Corey Braxton is quite an interesting fellow. Okay, backstage, Mr. Jesse Acevedo which is the NWS Universe, a happy Thanksgiving, and says he had Thanksgiving catered today and hopes everything is going well and can't wait to see Mitchell Mayette wear a turkey costume for the dance contest with General Jerry. The commentators say that it sounds like fun as they plug the next match and go over the rules. It's for the NWS Scotch Championship, First Blood rules. Michael Scars Minor with Ethan Zobel in his corner defeated Impact Wrestling's superstar Sami Callihan. This was the second match as Minor and Callihan had a brutal back and forth match as Sami hits Minor on the head with the steel chair, but it does not bust him open as he plants a get out of here and a headlock driver, then a stretch muffler, then hits a bicycle kick and double axe handle and Koji clutch and beats on Minor with a candlestick, but it still does not bust him open as Minor headbutts Sami and gives him a flapjack and avalanche and beats on him with a nightstick several times as he strangles him with a belt and plants the Minor bomb on Callihan, the Scars Armada, as Minor then pounds away on him until Callihan low blows Minor and drops him to the cradle kill and cranial contusion and is about to whack Minor in the face with a baseball bat, but he blocks and clubs Callihan the bat several times and clubs him in the face very hard with it, busting him wide open and wins and retains the Scotch Championship. When it's still NWS Scotch Champion Michael Scars Minor via busting his opponent open as this match lasted 14 minutes and 34 seconds. I'm Michael Kosai. I was watching this match backstage and it was brutal. It was brutal. Michael Minor is a two-time Scotch champion. He's a two-time longest reigning Scotch champion. Who's going to be the guy to take the Scotch championship off of Michael Scars Minor? Only time will tell. And then backstage, I'm Michael Cole interview Mitchell Mayette and ask him his thoughts on wearing a turkey costume. Mayette says he is sick and tired of being made a joke. He has had enough of being humiliated, and it stops today because come War Games, the jokes and comedy will be officially over and done with. Sounds like Mitchell Mayette can't take a joke and is sending a strong message. And then, match number 3, scalpel match. Jack Harvey defeated JBL, who had Paul Heyman in his corner. This was the third match as JBL attacked Jack from behind the plant at the last common clothesline from here and attempted to throw Jack up the scaffold, but to no avail as Jack elbowed JBL in the face and slammed his face very hard on the scaffold wall and busted him wide open as Jack smears the blood out over JBL's face, then gives him the big trick and then elbow strikes Jack, then gets a steel chair and hits JBL on the head with it several times, then several times across the back and then several times and then across the back several times, then on the back of the legs as well. Jack then beats on JBL with barbed wire and shocks him with wires as he puts 2 jumper cables on JBL's groin and shocks his testicles non-stop. And then stomps a mud hole in him and walks dry. Jack then drops JBL up the dirty deeds and Mike Check and throws him 50 feet up the scaffold to win the match. Winner Jack Harvey via throwing his opponent up the scaffold as this match lasted 10 minutes. Jack Harvey then stands Tom on the scaffold and is ready for War Games. Gotta say, JBL got exactly what he deserved. And we understand that JBL is out with an injury and it'll be a while before we see him and is expected to have surgery as well. And then, backstage, Mr. Jesse Acevedo has security for the chicken suit on Mitchell Mayette and escorted him to the ring. Thanksgiving Turkey Dance Contest hosted by General Manager Mr. Jesse Acevedo. General Jerry Mitchell Mayette. Danny Tanner interviews GM Mr. Jesse Acevedo, asking what this dance contest is all about. The GM then explains the rules and asks General Jerry to come up, as he does, wearing a pilgrim costume. The GM then says whoever does the most dancing and gets the cheer the fans wins. The contest is money. The GM then plays the music and says, dance away. Jerry dances first and gets cheers from the fans. Mayette then dances and chirps as the GM tells him to gobble like a turkey, and he reluctantly does. As Josh Matthews, Don Cousins, Matt Striker laughing their heads off and sounding it on commentary. Jerry then breakdances and is having a blast. Mayette then dances and is embarrassed as the fans boo him. Mayette then says he is the best dancer in the world. Jerry then does the Michael Jackson moonwalk. Mr. Jesse Acevedo then asks the fans to vote as he says, what do they think of Mayette's dance moves? They boom onto the building. The GM then asks the fans what they think of General Jerry's dance moves. The fans cheer for him like crazy. The GM then says the winner is General Jerry. Mitchell Myatt then gets pissed up and says he demands a recount, but the GM says no and then throws apple pie in his face. Myatt then gets mad and trips as Jerry lays him up the jury room. Michael Cole, gotta say that was one hell of a dance contest and that was pretty funny. I really enjoyed it. That is pure comedy. You go see Mitchell Myatt wear a turkey costume and be humiliated. That was funny. And seeing General Jerry as the winner, that was great. Michael Cole, enjoyed that. And then Matt was cut and strike a laughing comment to say that was fun and whoop the Thanksgiving fun as they plugged the Team Whopper Nightday vlog. Team Whopper Nightday vlog hanging up in Tampa Bay, Florida. Footage from yesterday and earlier today. The Sons of Chaos, Scooter St. William, Sir Robert Knight, Cody Braden, Devin the Demon, Michael Epford, and Castillo are shown checking into the Grand Hyatt Tampa Bay Hotel. Scott Casey Gale and Sir Robert Knight pay for everyone. They had breakfast and lunch at the 1823 kitchen and bar, and then they take a tour bus to Busch Gardens, then to the Florida Aquarium, where they take pictures and go to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium and the Museum of Science and Industry, where they learn science. Then they go back to the hotel and eat dinner at Armani's, and the next day they have their big breakfast and lunch at the hotel and take a tour bus to the Tampa Bay Park Zoo and pose of animals and go to the Tampa Bay Springs Sponge Docks and arrive at the arena to have a big Thanksgiving turkey dinner. Gotta say that turkey was quite delicious. Those Team Whopper Nightday vlogs are amazing as ours, and especially on Thanksgiving day. I gotta say that turkey was absolutely delicious, and so was the mashed potatoes with gravy and the stuffing and green beans and carrots and corn on the cob, and the pumpkin pie was also delicious. And then the commentators say Sons of Chaos had an outstanding time as they plugged the co-main event. It was a 6-man last men's standing match. The Sons of Chaos, Scooter St. William, Sir Robert, and Cody Braden with Will Field defeated the Shinobi Mafia Warriors, Cody Mercer, Psycho Mercer, and Shane McMahon with Paul Heyman in the corner. This was the co-main event as the Sons of Chaos and Shinobi Mafia Warriors beat the hell out of each other. Mercer locks the Sons of Chaos members in the Coquina Clutch, but they do not submit as Mercer hits a spine buster on the Sons of Chaos and drops them the 450 splash and Canadian destroys Psycho Mercer, then Psycho bombs them, then Shane McMahon delivers the coast to coast as the ref counts, but the Sons of Chaos get up at 9, and they beat the crap out of the Shinobi Mafia Warriors and throw turkeys and dump gravy out over them and throw pie in the faces and cake as well. Then they hit them with steel chairs and a candlestick and Singapore candles. The Shinobi Mafia Warriors low blow the Sons of Chaos and hit them with steel chains and then throw silverware at them. Then they dump milk and chocolate milk all over them and ginger ale. The Sons of Chaos then fight back. Scooter drops him for Scooter bottom. Peoples at one blue thunderbomb. Knight drops the Shinobi Mafia Warriors members. The Shades of Night as Cody plants the final nightmare which is an RKO on them, and the ref counts as the Shinobi Mafia Warriors get up at 6.5 and they mace the Sons of Chaos in the face and drop them to Anthropod on one full table as the ref counts, and the Sons of Chaos get up to 9.5 and they dump Dr. Pepper and wine and beer all over the Shinobi Mafia Warriors and throw eggs all over them and throw stuffing at them and corn as Scooter Knight time the demolition decapitation on the Shinobi Mafia Warriors members, and the Sons of Chaos drop the Shinobi Mafia Warriors with a triple powerbomb right through a table full of food and dessert and drinks as the ref counts to 10. Winners the Sons of Chaos via last man standing. This match lasted 18 minutes and 57 seconds. After the match, the Sons of Chaos fist bump and embraces. They pose with the fans and serve them turkey. Gotta say, this was an entertaining match. Entertaining last man standing match. Love seeing food thrown around. This is definitely worth Thanksgiving. What a hell of a match. And then backstage, the NWS roster and staff are shown eating Thanksgiving dinner as Mr. Jesse Acevedo makes a Thanksgiving speech and talks about the meaning of Thanksgiving and say what he is thankful for. Then NWS interviewer Danny Tanner says what he is thankful for, and then I, Michael Cole, say what I am thankful for. And then the rest of the NWS say the blessings and they eat. And I gotta say this, definitely, and all the turkey is gone. All the turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes are gone, and so is the pumpkin pie. Because I gotta say, it was, like I said, it was absolutely delicious. And then the commentators say what they are thankful for and eat Thanksgiving dinners. They plug the Fighters of the Survivors pay-per-view card, then the main event. It was the main event. NWS Intercontinental Championship Ian Cleanan defeated Jason the Situation. This was the main event as Ian and Jason beat the hell out of each other, with Jason taking down Ian with a lariat and light dive and a DDT as he hits him with a steel chair and gives him a backbreaker and neck breakers. Ian fights back and knocks Jason in a Kimura lock, and then hits him with a candlestick, and seeing what Kane as Ian gets a steel chair, hits him with it, and then he then goes to climb the ladder, but Jason pulls him off and tosses him into a stack of ladders, and then drops him at the end of days as Jason goes to climb the ladder, but Ian pushes the ladder, knocking Jason up as they trade blows, and they both climb the ladder and they punch each other, but as the ladder falls, and they go crashing through a bunch of tables and are out cold for 10 minutes. As the ref asks them if they want to continue, they both say yes. Ian drops Jason with an F5 and one-winged angel and goes to climb the ladder, but Jason somehow, someway pulls Ian off and they wrestle back and forth. As Josh Matthews match second Don Callis to calm this match with true wrestling passion, Ian beats down Jason until he busts Ian open with a steel chain and plants the end of days wood table and climbs the ladder and comes very close to recapturing the NWS Intercontinental Championship. But Ian plants a one-winged angel up the top of the ladder and through tables and chairs, and then climbs the ladder and grabs the Intercontinental Championship and retains. Winner and still NWS Intercontinental Champion Ian Clean via climbing ladder and grabbing Intercontinental title. After the match, Jason the Situation puts the title on Ian's shoulder, embraces his arm, and shakes his hand as a sign of true respect. Gotta say, this is a really great main event. Both Jason the Situation and Ian Clean look good in this match. This is how you do a ladder. This is how you do a TLC match. This is what TLC matches are all about. This is what helped make history in tag team TLC matches at WrestleMania and SummerSlam. So this is how you do it. And then Maximus then comes down as Ian dares him to get in the ring, and he does as they start brawling and have to be separated by NWS staff and security as they then take him to the back. And then after all that, the Shinobi Mafia was then full food at the crew and the miners and the Sons of Chaos, and they battle all the way to the ring as they yell food fight, and the huge food fight starts. That's the whole NWS roster gets into a huge Thanksgiving food fight, and the ring is full of food all over and all around the ring. Josh Matthews says food fights are always entertaining and worth Thanksgiving, and then he says this Sunday is Fighters of Survivors, and we will see Ian Clean versus Maximus for the Intercontinental Championship. Then we will see Jason the Situation versus General Jerry in a respectful match. Then Scooter St. William will defend his Universal Championship against an opponent of his choice, and the main event will be the War Games match. The Sons of Chaos versus the Shinobi Mafia Wars versus the Miners versus the Crew versus Mitchell Mayette. And then Matthews then explains the stipulations who will win. Josh Matthews then says, "We are out of time. Good night, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving." Don Carlson says, "See you at the pay-per-view." Matt Striker thanks everyone for coming. The show ends with the food fight still continuing. Don Carlson says they don't call it Thanksgiving for nothing, as he is hit in the face with a pumpkin pie. And Josh Matthews and Don Carlson laugh as Don Carlson laughs and the show goes off the air with the food fight. And I gotta say, I gotta wait. There's NWS Revolution Impact 5 stars, 2 thumbs up, a 10 out of 10, that's perfect, and an 8 triple plus. This is I gotta say, this is great. Everything about this show is great, even the food fight. Anyway, I gotta thank you for watching. And this Sunday, Josh Matthews, play-by-play commentator Josh Matthews, will do the Fighters of the Survivors breakdown preview, and he will do the Fighters of the Survivors pay-per-view reveal. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube for all your wrestling promos, most breakdown previews, reviews, interviews, face-to-face confrontations, wrestling matches. Like the NWS Revolution Facebook page and NWS Revolution Instagram page, and follow us on Twitter at NWS Revolution. That is all I, Michael Cole, gotta say. And like I said, Josh Matthews will be back here Sunday to do the Fighters of the Survivors pay-per-view breakdown preview and the Fighters of the Survivors pay-per-view reveal. Good night, everybody. Michael Cole out.